the benefactor's benefactor. Well, truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys, got the mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped, no Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on rap a lot. Think like Jay Prince and I do more than just rap a lot. I went and got my digits up. Your favorite, bruh. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor. That's your rap a lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, was I? They said, nope, he not.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. First down gets him a couple up to the 27.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Eluding the pressure right. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
A first down carry for Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Titans, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be... Coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Lawrence. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. So for Trevor Lawrence, listen, the hype, the buzz, whatever you want to call it, it just surrounds this guy. One of the most highly regarded draft picks of the last decade or two. What do you think defenses are going to throw at him here in his rookie season?
Well, I think all the edge rushers can't wait to get a shot at him, especially his rookie year, because they want to see if he can handle the pressure when they come at him. But I think defensive coordinators, they know that he's well-schooled and he's very intelligent. They want that pressure on him. They'll throw those normal blitzes. They also want to throw combo coverages in the secondary to see if he can read them.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A.J. Brown is starting to get a well-deserved reputation as one of the top-flight receivers in the NFL. Went over 1,000 yards in his first 2 years. Makes another strong catch there.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. This complete to the former Longhorn Marcus Johnson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Again, Tannehill. under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Devon Hamilton coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw, Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. To return, here's Agnew. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Lawrence will throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Henry again on 2nd down. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Jaguars nothing.
field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. To throw is Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Marcus Johnson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes the score 21-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Now Bolden on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 34-yard line.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. So our two teams, the Jags and the Titans, CD, they've formed a pretty good rivalry here in the AFC South. It's been the Titans who have arguably, though, been the best team in the division of late. But these Jags, they have certainly made some big changes since these two teams last met.
And those changes you're talking about, brand new front office, brand new head coach, young quarterback, I think for sure they're on the right track. And to me, this division has a chance of being one of the more competitive ones over the next few years. There's no team right now that you would say is going to dominate in the foreseeable future.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
Now Tannehill. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover.
That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Bullock good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Tannehill now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
So things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Play action. It's Tannehill. Looking deep for Julio. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Off the option, here's Henry. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
The ball placed just outside of the end zone as they come up again on another 3rd and goal. Tannehill going to hand to Henry on the option. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Lawrence's throw taken in by Chark. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
DJ Chark, a Pro Bowler and a 1,000-yard receiver in 2019, saw his numbers dip a bit last year as the Jaguars cycled through some quarterbacks. He's happy to have Trevor Lawrence in town and accepts the pass from him there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, Lawrence. That's caught by Hollister. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Lawrence. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46. Lawrence going to throw again. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's second and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Play action. It's Lawrence. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. That's to his running back, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead in the intermission. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Bud Dupree in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Bud Dupree was a first-round draft pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers and really blossoming his last few years there, teaming with T.J. Watt to create quite the duo. Dupree had 8 sacks in 2020 before hurting his knee in Week 12, 11.5 in 2019, and signed with Tennessee for 5 years and better than $82 million.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Lawrence from his end zone on 3rd and long. He'll drop this one off with Etienne. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Here we go. Hey, Sam off. Pretty base. Hey, high 7.
And they'll indeed go for it. Here's Lawrence. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Here we go. Here we go. Get it.
On first down, Lawrence. He'll get this off to Etienne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
Go, Jackrabbit, come on.
Watch out, watch out.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers. Hey, Echo.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Switch. Switch.
Ready?
Again, it's Robinson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Check cross, check cross, check cross. Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Flush to his right. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down. Down inside the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll try the right side with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Jaguars 13.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now whistles here. And I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the slants. Watch the slants.
Franks now. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Right there. 54.
Franks. Escaping the pressure right. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Bud Dupree able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Lawrence will throw. And Shark calls it in. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
42, Jaguars 13.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Henry. Powers through him. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Andre Cisco there on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
Let's go.
Here's Tannehill. That is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away, not intercepted.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that will extend this big lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Now ETN to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
That is caught by Callaway. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
General West.
You lie. Check 4, check 4. Jim, 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 Jim. Watch the edge.
Get it.
Draw play, ETN. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Lawrence. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check, check, check.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Arnold. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Robinson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
I'm going to come back to you.
Topper! Hey, Wahoo!
Now Lawrence. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Hey, red.
Pick it up.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here.
It's Franks now from the shotgun. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
Switch. Slam.
They'll try to run with ETN. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Third and goal, try to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Bring it. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey.
Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll try to run with ETN. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Carlson able to put this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Tannehill to a knee, and that ought to be the final act of this ball game. So this offense, which was humming all game, ends on a negative play. We didn't see many of those as he takes the knee, but what an explosion and a good win.
Can we call it a negative positive play?
There you go.